Well, back to that video of the amplifier setup. Who knows what happened to the video there, but it's not going to happen again. 35th anniversary Hyphonics amp. Amplifier, how it looked 35 years ago. Pretty cool looking, but I can't get an angle how it looks like.
Put it up a little bit more, maybe.
I can't. Well,
turn it
well,
back.
there's the 30. No. There's a 35th anniversary logo right there. Right over there is the Hyphonics logo. On the other side is the connections where the ground, the power, the remote wire hooks into when you have the car on. The terminals light up blue, which I think it's an awesome feature. Yeah, the Hyphonics lights up blue also. So these right here are my setup, my settings, whatever levels, wherever it's at right here. Bass EQ down, subsonic down, low pass is where it's at, level is where it's at. The level is supposed to be matching with your head unit. The subwoofer output, preamp out, whatever it is, supposed to match something with your radio, so it's not distorting.
And you have to put it at a certain level.
Well, it's a certain level because if it's too bassy, it starts distorting. If it's too low, there's no bass going through, there's no sound quality going through.
And then if there's like this certain thing where you have to level it, and then if you don't do it right, when it's going to say something, it says it like a minute later or a second later.
I don't know.
That thing.
Yeah. So low pass is where I have that. Subsonic, turn that down. Bass EQ, I have that turned down. I don't want no bass boost or anything. I like how it sounds now.
I like a bass boost.
Well, the bass boost is a feature that you got to be careful of because that introduces distortion. Distortion is something that you don't want to have in a subwoofer. Well, distortion starts from the CD player, goes to the amplifier, and then the subwoofer.
So then it goes from the CD player, then it hooks up to this, and then it's hooked up to the subwoofer.
So when you go to set your amplifier up and you have your CD player cranked all the way up and it sounds all crappy and all, then say, okay, yeah, that's how I want to set it up. Go tune your amplifier, it sounds okay, and then your subwoofer starts playing and you don't even know that it's distorting the whole time. Sounds all crappy and you gotta retune everything. You gotta mess with the radio again, mess with the settings of the amp, and try to get this subwoofer to sound good.
So we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like crappy. That's all it really is.
Where you can't even hear the words.
Well, you're gonna hear the words. It's just
you can barely.
Well, you can barely. I can say that. You can barely hear the word. I gotta get out of here.
Maybe after this, I can do a dance video. What the heck? How did the sock get in here?
I don't even know if my last video that I did, I showed my grounds over here because it's just right behind the... Yeah, I did. There you go. There's one ground. And there's the other ground. There's the other nice and shiny, grounded out. Put all that crap back. So that's my video for that part. So later I'll do another video about possibly the big three, which I'm a little iffy about because I don't have the right tools or anything. I don't know how it's gonna be routed. Here, get your... and watch this stupid thing pop off. Nope, didn't do it this time. There, push it down. Go pop up the hood. Where's the stupid thing at, man? Well, big three. Whenever I come to do it.
At his friend's house? You wanna tell him his channel?
I don't know what's gonna happen. So whenever the big three happens, here's the alternator and this wire right here. That's the positive of that. I'm either gonna route the wire through there, through the back side, or wrong over here, and then right there. And there's the...
They're fighting in there.
Who?
Grandma?
No, that's usual.
Somebody else.
Yeah, that's usual. So there's the fuse right there. People say that adding a fuse from the alternator to the power source of the battery add a fuse. I don't see that reasonable because there's already a fuse right there going from the power source to the amplifier. So I don't think wasting another $10 or whatever, however much that type of fuse is, just for another line over there. Well, that's the first part of that. The second part is upgrading your battery's ground to the chassis. The battery is in a stupid location right down there underneath this air filter thing. Don't like the location or anything.
I'll point it. You see, I'm gonna point it.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, that
is the battery.
Yeah, that's the battery. I think they got that. So, in order for us to have access to that battery, I'm not taking this thing off. I just prefer to probably have this tire taken off. Jack it up, take it off, and this part right over here, you know, there's a couple screws or whatever. I don't know what's holding it up, but that thing's gonna have to come off. Go to the negative part of the battery.
There's only 1, 2.
That ain't nothing.
1, 2, 3.
That ain't nothing.
4
Oh, well.
things holding it.
Oh well. Oh, that's a nice view. Going through there. Nice little view of inside under the engine, possibly. Yeah. So when we access the battery, connect the wire from the negative somewhere to the frame of the car. I don't know where the ground's gonna be. Maybe somewhere around there, maybe underneath the car somewhere, but underneath the frame. Let's see, right there would be a good spot, but it would be a pain in the ass to do.
You know why they're yelling?
I don't know.
Because Aunt Patty stole beer and drank a whole can of beer.
Okay. Well, let me finish this and then we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
So the second part is done, explained. The third part is the mounting of the engine block. We're upgrading the engine block's ground. So right over here somewhere, there's like a little funny little strap looking thing. I don't know if I caught a glimpse of it just now, but that strap right there,
Just pull that thing out for.
no,
For a second.
well, you can get it. Then see, there's a strap right there that's going to that bolt. It's a weird strap and all. It's grounded to somewhere. Under here, under there, wherever. Somewhere retarded. But the easiest way that I think about doing that, there's a bolt behind the alternator. It's a small bolt. It's a pain in the ass to get through. Obviously, with all these wires and all. So as soon as we get access to that small bolt that's behind the alternator, hook the wire from back there, and then I'll possibly either ground it to like the stud over here somewhere. I'd like to ground it over here somewhere, some major part of the frame of the car. Well, that's how most people would do it. Just sending the wire from the alternator, ground the stud, the mounting stud of the alternator, just run that and, you know, put it to the frame, the car. I would just go underneath the car, but I don't know where I would put it. This car sits too damn low. I don't got no drill. I don't got no real equipment to even do that. Man, that's real nice. A stupid train. Can't even hear nothing. Well, that's a little introduction of how I might do the Big 3 upgrade. I don't know if it's gonna be an improvement of the electrical system. It's supposed to be an improvement because our aftermarket stereo, our amplifier, our subwoofer or whatever, the type of wiring, I heard it's no less than a 4 gauge. A lot of people do it at a way bigger gauge, a 1 or a 0 gauge. I would prefer, but that's too big of a wire for me to run through everything, and 4 gauge is the wire that I'll be using. So hopefully next video that'll be set up. If not, then, you know, maybe it'll be a future video sometime. Don't know.